This week was jam-packed with information, from what happened to Kate to Talia's working relationship to the reason she tainted the cookies. Even worse than we had suspected, Sean may not be as intelligent as we had believed. But for better or worse, it appears that he is the one putting the big reunion to rest. If only the narrative had been presented to us in its original form. An illuminated light? Talk about Bope being a mixed bag. Was a dream sequence and a hospital wake-up ruse really necessary? The only reunions we got were in Hope's head. We didn't, in fact. But once the entire family gathered on Friday, we heard a lot of heartfelt, moving beats. After the craziness of the previous several weeks, everything from watching Stephanie and Sierra reunite to seeing Hope and Beau in the hospital with most of their children was a welcome reminder of family. They're all being far too understanding, though, about Sean shooting his father. That was simply reckless stupidity with a gun. Are we to believe Sean didn't even consider trying to contact his father? When Beau pulled his gun back from pointing at Hope, he simply charged up and shot him. Perhaps Sean learned how much his parents despise him. The good news is that after Sierra gave birth to his first grandchild, Beau will now have more grandchildren thanks to Chelsea's pregnancy. Ever. Ignore Claire. And while we're talking about it, that's how I realized this story had deviated from its intended course. More people were upset by Hope speaking to Beau, as though the infant was his first grandchild than they were about him being shot. However, I am unsure of how much the trajectory of the entire story was altered by changing the ending, since we now have proof that a happy ending was intended for this. Megan was apprehended some time ago, and it appears that her escape plan was part of the pitch that was rejected. Additionally, getting Beau to the coma instead of the altar required a lot of wrangling, possibly in the first take. If Beau Kyriakis had appeared, the arc would have been substantially shorter. However, everything we know about the days of our lives we might have seen is just speculation. Sigh. Additionally, Kate is still alive. However, we were aware of that. I have some ideas regarding who is holding her. The ideal combination? I adore Xander and Chloe together. I really believe that this is my new favorite combo. Already Brady, Stefan, Gwen, and Sarah have slipped my mind. They can remain in the past. Together, these two are enjoyable, simple, and more intriguing. Even though Chloe is aware that she would be sharing an apartment with a slob, I don't quite buy them moving in together. Contrary to what Days of Our Lives portrays, choosing to live with someone is not an easy option, but perhaps this will result in a new step for us. However, until he mentioned that there was someone to channel, I had completely forgotten that Alex and Gwen were having a relationship. That haven't played that tail beat in so long, my memory of it has completely faded. At least Alex is now receiving expert assistance. I'll be able to accept the Stephanie and Chad love triangle more readily now. Speaking of awful males, it was nice to hear Brady and Eric discuss how awful they are in relationships. That doesn't imply that I want them to reunite with Chloe or Nicole, but hey, Brady at least has enough self-awareness to see that he might be the issue here. Yes, Rachel has been a pain for Chloe, but Brady isn't going to win a prize for being the best father with his grudging, "Oh no, Rachel, your naughty will become pregnant." Even with the miracle baby, is it Eric's or EJ's? Until that issue is handled, whoever the father may be, I have a hunch that EJ will be sufficiently preoccupied for Stefan and his consultant Gabby to steal Demera from under him, especially if Vivian is going to be making a comeback. She would be the ideal person to assist her son in assuming leadership. Poor vibes. Colin hasn't impressed me much so far. One reason is that Talia does all of his grubby labor for him. He's also a bit of a moron, to be honest. It all started with this awful scheme. Yeah, I know Sloane's going to get in trouble for all this, but she'll be fine, and ended with his babe. We're so in sync, as Talia told the worst falsehoods imaginable. No wonder he's the lawyer and his sister is the lawyer. I'm not sure. A poor con artist? In addition, his "sorry, I was triggered" defense after yelling at Talia for exercising empathy and critical thinking toward Chanel and Paulina made me really detest him. When Sloane first arrived, she was quite rude, but eventually I warmed to her. Colin's chances of enduring are not as good as I had thought. The one aspect of the Colin/Talia situation that I really like is how Sloane is made to appear inferior in comparison. Although she is ruthless, vicious, and tough, she still maintains her own moral compass, and is not a villain who will stop at nothing to achieve her goals. However, almost immediately after I had that thought, she went and told Leo the truth about Rafe and Jada. I am aware that Colin's accent is the main topic of discussion. Why does Sloane lack one while he does? Well, I don't mind that at all. Depending on your age and where you were raised, accents may be funny things. If Sloane's American accent was present when her family relocated to London, she would likely keep it. Colin could have acquired an English accent if he had been younger. I'm becoming more intrigued by his motivation. I thought Sloane said he handled everything better than she did. For her benefit, was he acting upset, or did anything trigger him? Or am I recalling her remark of him incorrectly? Wow, I discovered a ton of lost emails from the past 20 years informing me of the family's current situation. I have a lot of catching up to do, boy. Credit. Screenshot of a peacock that is one incredible chip. Rolf truly outdid himself by controlling Bo, while a non-video chip was recording via his eye. Truly amazing and insane things. A Bo/Hope flashback sequence is excellent, so there. Touching, lovely, and wonderful. But did we really need the entire thing twice in a row? We understand that things were considerably better in the past. Asterisk whether Sloane was drugged or not, should the DA really be informing people that she assaulted Stefan? Asterisk Abe's rage at Rafe and Jada for not having arrested Sloane yet felt extremely uncharacteristic of Abe. Sloane, who has a legal degree of her own and has demonstrated a strong ability to use it, appeared particularly stupid to be the recipient of Trask's disclosure. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our channel, Daily Bulletin News, and stay with us.